And you can see through here now. You can see this line. You can see the white line that I've printed onto the platen there, onto the bed. Looks like this is going to take another probably 3 minutes to print this, just because we're printing in unidirectional and we're printing at a high resolution. Didn't have to print so high resolution if I didn't want to. I mean, I could definitely go back into your rip here, and you can go to the third tab. In these output profiles here, this is all about how great a resolution you want. 720 by 1440, that is going to be a higher resolution than 720 by 720. The graphics 1 stands for that it's going to go unidirectional. Then the 720 by 720 banner 2 is actually going to be bidirectional. The difference between white media and white bluish and white yellowish, when these profiles were made, the materials that were used to make the profiles with, they were white medias, and then there was a white with a bluish tint to it and a white with a yellowish tint to the material. So that's the difference between those different profiles there. If you find that your white, you can try all these, try them all, see what works best for you if you want to. From what I found, I use the white media completely for printing on dark materials even, but just test it out and see what you feel. Please, this is, you need to test and find what you are best at on printing there. The 720 by 720 would have printed faster for me, and it's all about the distance, the viewing distance really. If you got somebody who's they're gonna be looking at your item super close, they're gonna be looking at something like a maybe a ruler here, and they're gonna be looking up super close on it, then you definitely want to print a higher resolution, 720 by 1440. If they're gonna be looking at it and it was going to be a tile on the floor, then you could probably print 720 by 720. If you're printing onto coasters, maybe 720, definitely 720 by 720 on a coaster would be fine. That's just sitting on a counter at a bar, whatnot. If it's a license tag, 720 by 720 probably would be definitely sufficient. If it's a cell phone case, 720 by 1440. Most likely would be the way. If it's a luggage tag, 720 by 1440 might be where you want to go there. But just find what you are happy with. That's where you want to do. We're almost done here on this bed. After I get done with the bed, I'm going to I'll take a black substrate, and I'll show you how to print on the black substrate. And with the black substrate printing, I can print onto a white substrate also, for sure, just to show you that. I'll print those at 720 by 720, just mainly to save speed on there. White substrate, it'll be CMYK only, where with the black substrate I'm going to put white ink under it. If I was printing onto acrylic, maybe I wanted to print something on the front, and then on the back, maybe I want a different image there possibly. Let's say, well, through doing layering, you could actually print that. You could print different image on one side than on the other. Okay, printing is finished now. I'm printing those lines on the bed. We see them. And now what I'll do is I'll take, I think I said I was going to do black substrate first. So I'll take the black substrate. I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it down onto the bed. Line it up in the corner there. I see a little bit of white ink on the bottom there, a little bit of white ink on the side here. And once I get that set in. Well, while you got the bed open, while you got the door open, you can press the up arrow key, and it'll start sucking down to kind of help you a little bit, so the material's not moving around so much. Okay. Close enough. Okay, now before we start printing, we need to bring our bed down, because that's definitely the head, that material's up higher. So we got to open up the front cover here, release the tab. We can actually push our bed back until we get there to the laser, and we'll see the laser's on, it's red light. So just roll, turning that knob there. I'm rolling the bed down, bringing it down. I got no red light now, just green light only. I can push the bed back on through there, and notice, so there's a little bit higher place back here. Just turn it a little bit, is all I just did there. Once I feel I'm set, then I push that lever back up to tighten that in. Close the door in the front there. Close the top down. Press the set media button here, which is the up arrow key. Machine's going to scan the bed itself again to find out if there's anything high. Didn't find anything. Now we're ready to print. So let's go over here, and for example, on this, if we wanted to print this this image I was talking to you about before, go back to the first tab, and of course we got to know how big our substrate is. So in this case here, I see I've got definitely about 5 inches wide by at least 4 inches tall. So I'm going to actually take this, I'm going to take this image on down to 4 inches wide, and it'll make it 4 inches the other way also. Goes to the, after I've chosen the image size there on the print, then I come to the third tab up here at the top. Got the profile, so I go 720 by 720 is what I said I was going to do. And then if I want to print color and white at the same time, for my color mode, I'm going to choose drop down, and I'm going to come down here, I'm going to find CMYK W, and I'm going to use the last one down here. This is the simplest way to train you and show you. I could go in here and I could tell you, some other one, but I don't want to confuse you. So I'm just going to go to the bottom down here, and I'm going to choose CMYK WW V1 V2, which is also, it's the W stand for white and the V stand for varnish. Definitely choose variable dot. Then I'm going to go to the fourth tab, and I'm going to click on the white and varnish options button there. And there's 2 channels of white. I'm only going to send it 1. So I'm going to, because I don't think on that black substrate that my personal thoughts and knowledge is that for my particular print, I don't need that much white. I just need the white to knock off that black a little bit, the black part of the substrate. If you feel that you need 2 after you've tested it, what you want to do is test it, then definitely you could go to 2 channels. You could use both channels instead of just white one only being used as undercolor. You could use the second channel also. For my method, I need to, and I'm not going to use varnish in this case, but varnish is the same, used the same way as the white is. For method, I'm going to do underlay, color on white. That means that the white's going to print first as it's being printed, and then it's going to print the color on top of the white. So click on color on white, click OK, and then I click send. And the image is processing right now in the RIP queue. it's done processing, it will start printing. Now it says printing. So go over to the printer. The printer says printing on the screen. I see the printer is pulling the bed back to now go and print. You may be able to see through that through the door there, the window. You can see that the white is printing first, going down, and the color is coming second. Now in this particular image, there's not, as remember, this is not a. It's kind of hard to see the color because the image that I'm printing is a book print from a book, so it is kind of white there. A lot of the images itself. It's not printing white though in the image because so just be aware of that. That's not only white that's showing up is from the white ink that printed in the first part there for the underbase. It's almost done. It'll be done in just another few seconds here. It's